Right, we're going to look at partial fractions and matching coefficients. I'm going to do this first question that you asked about quite slowly. Once you've got your setup, so you've got rid of your fractions and you've got it all on one line like this, you've obviously stuck x is 1 in to eliminate from there and there to help find c. From memory I think c was 4, something along those lines. You stuck x is 2 in there and there to find a was whatever it was. You will need at least one of those to find b. Once you've exhausted sticking in your x values that makes the bracket 0, you've got to do something else. And your only two options are either matching coefficients or sticking in another random value for x. So if we look at matching coefficients and the thought process, what's actually going on is this. If I look at the right hand side and expand it all and collect it all together, so a bracket x minus 1 all squared becomes a bracket x squared minus 2x plus 1. B times the product becomes b times x squared minus 3x plus 2, and that's not got any quadratics, just still the linear. When I ties it all out, I get ax squared minus 2ax plus a, and then plus, I'm going to do it in columns, you'll see why in a moment, bx squared minus 3bx plus 2b, and then plus cx and minus 2c. And when I collect it all together, I've got a plus b x squared plus minus 2a minus 3b plus c x, and then plus a plus 2b minus 2c. And that's got to equal 5x squared minus 8x minus 1. And so what you can see is that the x squared coefficient a plus b must equal 5. Once you've got what a is, you can then, and you've done it earlier on, you can stick it into that and then find b from that. You could match coefficients for the x term, but as you can see there's much more going on to get the x1. Rather than do all this, my thought process is, if I'm matching up that 5 there, how am I going to get x squared when I times it all out? I've got a times x there, and b times x there. So 5 equals a plus b. I would go from looking at it to writing that down just by looking at x squared. Similarly, if you stick in x is 0, that's really matching up the constant coefficient there. When you stick x is 0 in, you get minus 1 there. You get a times minus 1 squared, that's the plus a, b times minus 2 times minus 1, which is plus 2b, and c times minus 2, which is minus 2c. And if you've got what a and c are, you can use that to find the value of b. Alternatively, stick in a different value of x is 3, x is 10, x is 0.1. These are all hard work. Your easiest way is the x squared one in particular, because there's only two ways of getting the x squared. You have to involve at least one of the a or c no matter what you're doing, and that's the simplest way there. So I would look at it and go, I've got 5x squared, how am I going to get x squared from this one? A times x, b times x, so a plus b must equal 5. But where does it come from? Is that if we've done all this work here.